Oh, I should mention something. We've had so many requests since I did a show some months back with Noel Coward, Alfred Lunt, Lynn Fontanne, and Tammy Grimes and Brian Bedford came in and did a special number in the end of that show. And so many people wanted to see that show again. And I've been mentioning it on the air and saying we ought to rerun it. And now people are writing in and saying, well, are you ever going to or not? And I think it has been announced around the country, but never actually by me on the show, that you will get to see that show again. Monday, June 1st is the date that it will be seen. So, except in a couple of cities where you get things a little late. But Monday, June 1st is that show. And if you're one of the people who missed it and wrote in and said, we heard so much about it, I'm sure you'll want to see it. You all know my first guest. He is one of the most valuable properties of the Disney studios next to Pluto, I suppose. Pluto, is Pluto still around? I don't know. Anyway, Dean Jones was in one of the most profitable movies ever made, The Love Bug, and just a couple weeks ago he opened in a smash hit on Broadway called Company, and we welcome Dean, J-O-N-E-S, Jones. Say, aren't we adorable with our little bowing and all that stuff?
Yes, we are.
Hey, I heard that you, this must be a mistake, but I read this in black and white, that you had made 7...
It was a mistake, if it's in black and white, right?
No, it was really there. It said that you had made 7 pictures in 1 week.
Oh, yes, that's true.
This is hardly
that was
possible.
in the old days at Metro. I was under contract from 57 to 60, and that was when you used to go to stage 22, and you'd read one line, say, no, she's not here, on the telephone for Vincent Minnelli, and hang up, and then you'd go to stage 15 and kiss Leslie Caron in some picture. And it was all very exciting, and
You say you would do that?
Yes, I would do this, and I never knew the films I was in. Really?
You mean you were signed to a contract, and they just made you say you got an assignment here and here and
That's right. It was the end of an era, I suppose, when they had many contract people. They had about 40 at that time, I think, 30 or 40. And I would never know the picture until I would see it. Oh, here recently I saw a couple of things on television. And Paul Newman would be dialing the phone, you know, and I would say, you know, it's a pretty good picture or whatever. And I would pick up the phone and say, no, she's not here, and hang up. And that was the end of my role in the picture.
So you never know when a movie comes on if you're in it or not.
It was very exciting.
What a peculiar feeling. That's really strange. But then now, all the films that you've been in lately have made money.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you do that? Do you just know how to pick them, or do they know how to put you in them?
I don't know. I do. The bag I've been in recently has been comedy ever since I did Under the Yum Yum Tree here in New York. And so people tend to want to continue a line, I suppose, a successful line, and they have offered me in recent years comedy roles, and I enjoy doing them. And before that, it was angry young men and ex-convicts and killers, you know. But it's much easier to take a light comedy home at night, I suppose, than it is a killer. You know, you kick your kids around and you hit the dog and everything.
Do you really? You get that wrapped up in what you're doing?
I used to, yes.
Have you actually kicked the kids around?
No, but this, you just reminded me of something. You just reminded me of something. I did break my toe trying to kick my dog. Yeah, that's true.
Well, you
Here it is,
deserve
folks.
to.
True
Really?
confessions on the Dick
Why
Cavett
would you try to kick your dog? Had he kicked you?
Well, no. He had awakened me at 4 a.m., and I will, in trying to justify this terrible act.
Oh, you're through. I don't think you can justify it.
I have a big German Shepherd, and he was barking at 4 a.m., and I'd gotten in at 3, and I was just getting off to sleep, and got up and took a swipe at him and hit a chair and broke my little toe.
Really broke it?
Yes, now it can be told, folks.
I'm glad you broke it. Well, at least it wasn't a little tiny Yorkshire or anything like that.
No,
I mean,
he could have handled me pretty good.
Kick
actually.
a dog your size.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, I didn't see The Love Bug. It was all over the country, and I just didn't... I couldn't feel... I always thought from the title that it had to do with venereal disease or something. I swear. I don't know why. have this. I swear there's this Army film called The Love Bug and How to Avoid It or something.
Yes.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. I don't know.
No, I don't think this bug was in those Army training films, but it was all over the world, and it has spread since I made the picture.
The movie.
The Love Bug has spread
yeah.
since I made the.
Yeah.
I know. I just completed a film in Rome before I showed up for Mr. Prince to do company, and well, we were in Geneva, we were in Madrid, Rome, Yugoslavia, Zagabria, and in each town, the Italian movie company that I was working with would send a Cadillac limousine out to pick me up, but the local Volkswagen dealer would send a little bug out, and of course my baggage went in the limo, right? And
yeah.
I had to drive the VW.
We had to
town.
because of the movie, because it has to do with Volkswagen.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a Volkswagen is the Love Bug, and so it was very embarrassing because on the side it would say something really terrific like, "This car is being driven by Dean Jones, star of the Love Bug, who is also in town to do." It was a whole
That's humiliating to be advertising yourself.
Yes, it is,
Yeah.
like I'm doing here tonight. See company,
No, I mean
folks, at the Alden Theater.
Everybody who makes a movie in Italy comes back with some preposterous tale of how it went. Eli Wallach was on the show one
Yes,
time, and he was talking
we're not
about
getting back to venereal disease, are we?
No, well.
Oh, go ahead.
Suit
Forget I
yourself.
said that.
No, I'll just let that pass. He was talking about one movie where they were shooting, and the Italians, if they don't want you to make a movie on their street, they let you know it. And they had this one shot elaborately all set up, and some guy just did not want them out there. So every time they were just about to yell action, he would come out and wave laundry and underwear and things in the middle of this.
Yes, or flags.
Did you run into any of that?
Several hysterical things. Well, I don't know how hysterical they are, but anyway,
Here's
they
the
were
time
funny
to
to
find
me.
out.
Yeah, we have a commercial, folks, right?
No, we don't actually.
No, okay. I was going to let you talk for a while, and then I'd think of something hysterical.
Oh, well, do
But,
that, because I've put you on the spot. We do have a message. If you have trouble getting to sleep, the story he's about to tell, we hope is not the answer, but this may be, and we'll be right back. You know, I read about a motorcycle accident that you were in one time. It was fairly serious, wasn't it?
Yes, that was down in Scammons Lagoon.
Where is it?
By the way, Scammons Lagoon is an interesting place, and I hope to go back there when this little gig is over here in New York. It's a lagoon,
Yeah.
obviously, that juts out into the Pacific Ocean, and a current that starts in Japan, runs through the Aleutians, and goes down the California coast, is swept up in this lagoon, and all of the accumulated junk, I suppose, of the Pacific is deposited in this lagoon. You find World War II Zeros, Japanese airplanes that have been floating around the Pacific and get caught up in this current and are thrown up there on the beach. You find
Where is this again?
down the Baja Peninsula in Mexico,
Mexico.
about strangely enough, only about 750 miles from Los Angeles, and yet it's one of the most unexplored portions of the world. And that's where I was going on the motorcycle, two friends and myself, and I tried to cross a Mexican coyote with a British motorcycle, and this put me on a plane for Cedars of Lebanon Hospital in Los Angeles.
The coyote ran across in front of you?
Yes, actually ran into me.
If you're not kicking dogs, you're running over
Running
coyotes.
over coyotes, yes.
You're going to get an award. and would you remember flying through the air and going over the handlebars?
I don't remember anything, actually, of the accident.
Yeah.
And I had amnesia, which is great for an actor, I suppose. Harold Prince thinks I have amnesia some nights on stage at the Alden, but...
What's it like to have amnesia? Or can you remember? You know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean, and it's frightening because the first doctor that I met when I got back to Cedars said, "I don't know what's wrong with you." And I said, "Well, do something, you know." I said, "Spare no expense, doctor." And he said, "In that case, you need immediate open heart surgery." And this guy was a comedian, and I'm lying there. I found out I had a hip busted in 13 places and like that, and this problem of remembering, I could not remember, and so piece by piece I put together all of the incidents.
Wait a minute, you mean your whole past was a blank or just parts of it?
No, about 7 weeks prior to the accident.
Ah.
I couldn't remember going to Mexico. I couldn't remember the fishing we did down there, anything.
How do they explain amnesia anyway?
Apparently, there are little electrical circuits that have somehow been cut off, and the pathway through these things are just by a blow or an impact of some kind is stopped. And I was able to piece together, though, everything that happened over a period of 2 weeks. Well, I was frightened into it, I guess you'd say. Little guys came around tapping my head and asking me questions, and I said, look, leave and come back in a few weeks. And by that time, I had pieced together in fact, I had remembered some things that the friends I was with didn't remember.
But how did you get started remembering?
I started at the point where I could remember.
Yeah.
And then remembered everything I could that followed that.
Was it like trying to recall a dream a little bit, where you wake up in the morning and remember you had an interesting dream and you can't quite get it back?
Yes, things were quite hazy, and I wasn't sure about some things. And then I would call my two friends in for confirmation of did we actually sleep at a ranch in Guerrero Negro or whatever, and they confirmed these things.
Yeah. You haven't had any lasting effects from it? You don't get amnesia spells?
Well, no, Dick.
Oh. I think we better take another pause and throw water on him. We'll be right back. Stay with us.